My lips feel dry. Pause. My glasses feel blurry. Let me clean my glasses. Well, that is so much better. This is like my fourth or fifth or sixth, seventh or eighth time filming this video because I didn't like the way the last video went. When I recorded it, it just seemed so chaotic. Duh. And while I feed into the chaos that I give to these videos, I just wanted my videos, or I'm trying to have my videos be a little bit more cohesive. Here we go. So I'm going to stop rambling and get into the point of this video. Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new to this part of the YouTube streets, hi, I'm Shelby, otherwise known as Love Smiles Passion, and welcome to the chaos. It is a new year. It is a fresh start. It is 2022. Some people say it's the sequel of 2020. I am looking at it with a positive lens. I want to sit back and reflect on what the last year was for me, as far as lessons and opportunities for growth and what I learned about myself and just experiences that I had last year that created great memories for me. Reflecting and showing a bit of optimism for what's coming forward, or what's heading its way for me in 2022. So without further ado, let's get into it. If you watched my soul video, you would know that I took that leap and I jumped headfirst into therapy. A majority of my life, I have dealt with a lot of emotions. I deal with a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, fear, self-doubt. I decided to step out on faith and find a therapist, and it has been a very rewarding journey for me. One thing that my therapist said to me in one of our earlier sessions was I have a lot of unresolved trauma, things that I have hidden, things that I don't tell people, things that I keep to myself because I just don't want to burden people. Therapy has given me an outlet to unpack all of those things. It's given me an opportunity to talk to an impartial third party, because I want to say, you know, having family and having a support system is great. It is important. It is amazing. But sometimes it is also important to talk to someone that is not related to you so that they can listen to you. Like, sometimes our loved ones feel like they have to solve our problems, and I don't want my family to feel like they need to solve my problems. I am learning how to solve and fix my own problems in the context of what therapy is for, right? As a person that's also a Christian, I believe that you also take your burdens to the Lord. But in this context of therapy is you working through and healing on those things that have caused you great pain. And I'm appreciative for it. I can't do anything but be thankful to God that He opened up this avenue for me. That's one thing that happened last year that I am really, really proud of, and that I'm happy that I started doing. Another thing that I started, or that I did last year, was I performed in a show. As we all know, the panini happened, and so that halted a lot of our performances and it closed the theaters down. I stepped out on faith on this as well, and I auditioned for a show and I was cast in it. And I was cast among some really talented, some really nice, extremely nice individuals. Every time we got together, it was fun, it was laughs, we enjoyed each other's company. Prayerfully moving into this new year, I continue to gain that confidence, or open myself up, be more courageous, be more brave, and step out and audition more. It was breathtaking. It was a breath of fresh air working on this project. Speaking of my writing, I continued to work on the television show that a friend of mine and my friend and I, that we came up with together. We had a momentous opportunity to have a reading that was very successful, was very helpful, and it actually shot us into moving forward with doing our final draft so that we could start pitching our TV show someplace. It was nice to hear my words be spoken by people. The reading was very helpful in us focusing on where we want to tell our story or how we want to tell our story. And although we've been on a break for the last couple of months because my friend got married, we are going to jumpstart back into the editing process next month. I'm so excited. I'm nervous, but I gotta work on editing my portion of the script. But that's a conversation for another day. Let's move on. I started my YouTube channel, which I have wanted to do for 10 years. I think the first video that I saw on YouTube was a video by this guy, and this is his name, Hot Damn I Rock, who put out some very funny videos, very funny skits, story-esque time videos or whatever, but they were done in a comedic way. I loved it and I wanted to do it, but don't feel like I had a personality for it. Hold on, let me quench myself. I always would say to myself or psych myself out and say stuff like, who would want to listen to you? Who would want to watch your videos? Who's going to want to see funny looking Shelby on a YouTube video? If I can sit on my phone all day and watch YouTube videos, and somebody else is probably doing that too, and their algorithm is going to push my video out. But I didn't give myself that opportunity. Am I afraid a majority of the time of the responses I'm going to get, the whether people are going to flock to me? I got this from one of my favorite horror television shows, The Haunting of Bly Manor and The Haunting of Hill House. Everything else is confetti, and while I want to build a genuine community, I just need to focus on doing the thing that I like to do and being authentically myself and being fun and being honest and having these enjoyable experiences, and the people that really like me will flock to me. My boyfriend and I, we went on our first solo trip together. It was fun to get out of our city and just get away together and have fun. I'm excited about what our next trip will be, about where we go next, what memories we create next. I feel like I'm like glowing. I have a very sordid history with men, as I'm sure we all have. To be with someone that I like and to be together for 3 years and to be making these big strides together, it's important. It might not seem like a lot, but it was a lot for me. And those are all things that defined or impacted my life. You know, I took a lot of leaps of faith last year, which I am so thankful for.
2 hours later.
Welcome back. Camera got hot again. So yeah, that was my 2021. That might not seem like a lot. It really wasn't a lot. I'm pretty sure there were there were so many more things that happened in 2021 that, you know, probably left an impact on my life and changed me. But these are the ones that I can really recall right now. But what did I learn in 2021? One of the things I learned is that I need to feed myself more. I guess sometimes we use the phrase self-care. It can be, I mean, feeding yourself can be anything that brings you joy or that you like to do. I was in a therapy session one week and I was bawling my eyes out. I was just so down on myself, and my therapist had to stop me and say, Shelby, you've been very negative this entire time. When's the last time you fed yourself? And I said, it's been a while. And she told me, between now and our next session, do something to feed yourself. I wish I could remember what I did. Whatever it was, I know that when I went into my next session, I felt different. I felt better about myself. It's important to have a cup that is full. I do a lot of service, I do a lot of different things, and I pour into everybody else's life often. You know, my boyfriend even had to tell me at the end of last year, do something to treat yourself. There's a level of guilt that I have because I feel like I'm not supposed to be just focusing on myself. When you pour so much of yourself into other people and into other avenues and other things, it is important that sometimes you take a break and just focus on feeding and pouring into yourself. Another lesson is a difficult one to fess up to, but I'm gonna do it on camera for the world to see. I realized that I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry on this video. I realized in 2021 that I did not love myself. You know, when I reflect back on who I was, what I used to engage in, it was really indicative of how I felt about myself. Sometimes I present as so well put together and I love myself, you know, I call myself awesomeness. In reality, I don't think that I have been my biggest fan. I don't think that I loved myself or liked myself, and that presented in negative self-talk. I'm on the journey of continuing to love myself and like who I am. Let's move on, shall we? I have imposter syndrome. I remember when I was on the show and I realized that I don't think that I'm good enough. I felt as though I didn't deserve to be around all of them. In most settings that I am in, I feel like I don't deserve it, which is probably another reason why I stopped auditioning. Talented voices. Like, I love musical theater, I want to sing, but feeling as though my voice is not as strong as other people. So if I make it into a room full of people that can sing well and dance well and act well and have been doing this for 10 years and got degrees in it, and my little broke A started acting 10 years ago, I don't deserve to be in this space. What's the point of trying? I said I'm not gonna cry in this video. Again, another hard lesson to learn about yourself, that you feel like no matter how hard you work, no matter how much effort you put into the things that you do, no matter where you go in life, you just won't fit. Or you somehow sneaked your way in and you don't deserve to be there. Kind of segues into the next lesson that I learned, which is I am extremely hard on myself. For no reason. I know last year I really was relishing on my past. I feel like I squandered undergrad. I went to undergrad for law, well, poli-sci. I knew that I wanted to perform. Why didn't I just go for it? But no, I went with the practical thing. You go to law school, you get a job that can pay your bills. And on the side, you do your acting. But I don't know, it was something about it that just wasn't inspiring joy in me. I don't know if you've ever felt it, but it was a painful anxiety. And I look at my mom and my sister who are nurses, and every time they talk about nursing, they're like excited about it. My sister wouldn't stop pursuing nursing. So I decided not to pursue it. I beat myself up over that every single day. I could have went to undergrad for theater, musical theater. I could have went to undergrad for creative writing or whatever, you know, writing. I could have been on Broadway by now. And yet I decided that I wanted to be a lawyer. The joy that I felt when I decided not to pursue law, immeasurable. I felt like a weight had lifted off my shoulders. I don't give myself the benefit of the doubt. You chose a course that might have not fit for you, but you also made the choice to stop it when you realized that it wasn't inspiring joy in you and it wasn't your passion. And I'm trying to learn how to go easy on myself. It made sense. And it was the right thing to do, and I feel great about not pursuing law. While I am starting behind the finish line, is that how the phrase goes? While I am starting the race a little bit behind everybody else, I know that I'll get there. The main thing that I just got from 2021 is, sis, just be kinder to yourself. We beat ourselves up so much. Again, the saying is we are our own worst critic. I'm so mean to Shelby. Shelby, who is here and present for me every day. And yet I am the meanest to myself than I am to anybody else. Not saying that I should be mean to other people. That's one thing that I really want to take into 2022 with me, is being nicer to myself. Extending myself grace. It's very easy to beat up people that you don't like. And I beat up on me. I didn't think this would be this emotional for me today. I just don't want to be the same. By this time next year, I want to say, okay, I'm better at that. And I'm not doing it anymore. As I go into this new year, I just hope that and pray that I continue to remember these lessons, continue to reflect on where I was and how I don't want to be there anymore. I just want to continue to grow, because I think that's what life is about. And I'm not talking about like big growth in the sense of,
oh, I changed my net worth to $100 million.
Or I won an Oscar this year. Sometimes it's the little things. And then I think, like, I'm young. Like, yes, I'm 34 years old. I don't feel 34. You know, I feel like, told myself I'm not gonna get emotional. I feel like my best days are ahead of me. There's a scripture that says your latter will be greater than your past. I wasn't awake for so many years. I was sleeping on myself, on everything. I finally feel like I'm awake, you know? Oh, it's not tears, y'all. I'm fine. 2020 was so difficult, but as difficult as it was a year that opened my eyes to the problems and the issues that I was dealing with. And in 2021, it was the beginning of the journey to resolve those issues. As painful as it has been to uncover and unpack and work through all of those issues, it has been just as rewarding. I'm just excited for what this year has to bring. Like, I made a big decision this month, being January, because I don't know when this video will come out.
Oh Lord. Again. Again. Nothing new, nothing changed, same old.
Did my camera get hot again for a second time? Right in the middle of a deep moment. My prayer as I move into 2022 is just growing closer to God, being a better woman, being a better Shelby. And that's it. I think I poured a lot more into this one. I like this recording a lot better than I did my last few. That's it. I'm happy to be sitting in front of the camera recording. I'm ready and happy to start a new year fresh. Comment down below. Tell me what your reflection is from 2021 and what are you trying to bring into 2022. What was your favorite moment and memory from 2021? Be sure to like this video and subscribe if you like the way the chaos works on this side of YouTube, because what am I trying to say? Until next time, give love, don't forget to smile, and remember to always live your passion. Smooches.